Hey everyone, welcome to Review Time. I'm your host Islip, and today I'm doing a review from my backyard. So let me just show you that indeed, yes, it is my backyard. Hi y'all! Put this back over here. And today I'm gonna be reviewing, well actually this is my second time reviewing this, because the first time I reviewed this, the micro SD card from my phone completely died. Like, when I say die, I mean it will not register in anything after I shot 3 hours worth of videos, 6 video reviews, all down the drain because that card decided to poop out on me. That's what I get for going on eBay and buying a cheap card from a brand I didn't even know. It lasted, I guess, about 6 to 8 months, so I guess that's not too bad. Anyway, enough complaining. This is what I'm reviewing: X-Transbots Master Mini Series MM3 Security Enforcer Hoss. And now I know what you're saying, Islip, I thought you were never going to ever buy X-Transbots stuff again. I thought it was garbage. Well, the last thing that I bought from them was utter garbage. That was almost 2 years ago, and that was the Devastator, the G1 Devastator upgrade set. That was basically a knockoff of the Crazy Devi set, and done very poorly, I might add. Quality control was non-existent on that thing. It was garbage. I ended up crazy gluing it to a spare set of Constructicons. They were a knockoff. I crazy glued them together, so now I have an Action Master Devastator. Basically, it doesn't transform, but it looks pretty good. Anyway, I saw this figure and I was like, you know, I mean, they were getting better, you know, some better reviews for their other uses of this mold, and I was like, oh, this looks really good, and I love GoBots. I don't have very many of them, but this one I did have multiple times. When I was a kid, I couldn't afford Optimus Prime. This was my Optimus Prime. Well, the robot that this figure represents. And, yeah, you know what? What I'm going to do now is, hopefully I'll remember to insert pictures of the original version of this character, which was called Road Ranger. He was a Guardian from the GoBot line. And yeah, this way you'll have some reference to, you know, the color schemes and the design and everything. But yeah, so here's the box. On the bottom you can see Cry for Havoc and Let's Slip the Dogs of War. There are sweeps, I guess they're coming out with, which I actually never looked at the bottom of the box. This is the first time I'm doing it, so I did not notice that. I've had this for about a week. On the side, Hoss. On the top, Hoss name. On the side, Hoss vehicle mode, and on the back you have a G1 inspired backing complete with a text spec. And it says, well, I'm going to read it to you because why not? It says, function security officer. Only the insecure strive for security. Hoss is a time and space traveler, but not by choice. He is currently assigned to security detail under Sonic's command. Where Sonic, like the hedgehog, or like the eating place. Anyway, Sonic's command, where he is responsible for ground transport of supplies and armament. Hoss is always reliable when it comes to fulfilling his duties. Due to his frequent time and space travels, Hoss has given up the idea of friendship. He's quiet, reserved, and mostly stays in his room reading comics. Stacks, which is pipes in this X-Transbot universe, Stacks has been trying to reach out. He recently entrusted Hoss with guarding his collection of objects when he's out of commission. Hoss seems to like being a guardian. Get it? Guardian, because the good guys were called Guardians. And yeah, so let's go ahead and open this box up, see what we get. Okay, so you get out of the box this clamshell, nice clamshell, with all the bits you need for Hoss. Now, you can see I've already installed these side view mirrors. They're right there when you get them. You put them in, and honestly, you don't want to pull them back out because they don't They go in there really tightly, and it would be very easy to snap them off. You get the two guns. You get these two smokestacks that are the Huffer smokestacks and not the Pipes one. The Pipes one would have been better. And oh, well, I'll show you something about that in a minute. You get this card, which is just it's just kind of thick cardboard. And again, it's got his bio and his tech spec down there. And oh, that's a wasp. Hazards of doing this outside. So back to what I was saying. Sorry about that, guys. And then you get this instructions sheet, which it's fine for transforming it into the vehicle mode, but when it comes to transforming it into the robot mode, not quite that good. Like right here, they should be showing you the thing from the front so you can see the position that you have to have the arms, because the wheel well is in the way here. When you open it up and you pull it out, it doesn't show you how the arms have to be folded. I actually had to look online at I looked through a few videos. I actually ended up settling on PR's video for cranks and stacks, and to see how the arms are supposed to be positioned, because I did not pay attention when I first transformed them, and I couldn't for the life of me transform them back, and I felt like I was going to break something. So nice that you gave us G1 style instructions. Sucks that you weren't a little more thorough about it. So there's that. Let's go ahead and break him out. And I haven't done one out here in a long time. Get him out. You got your little truck. Get out the guns. The camera seems to be focusing fairly quickly today. Being outside. Let's bring this down. So here we have Hoss in his truck mode, and it's a nice little truck. It actually looks sort of like the truck that he would transform into, except that he doesn't have the flatbed. But yeah, so he rolls pretty nicely. He looks pretty good. Now you can take the smokestacks and crap. You can kind of see the smokestack is kind of messed up now. I put crazy glue in here because I broke the I forgot what that's called. I broke that little post there, so I had to last night when I was doing the video. So I had to crazy glue it back. And it's decent construction. What happened was I was trying to put it in here, and the post itself would go in, but the bottom post would not fit in, and so it snapped. So I broke it off, and now it's covered. It's either covered with crazy glue, or the crazy glue is eating away at the chrome. So it's all chewed up, the chrome on this side, which it wasn't yesterday. I don't know what happened. I don't even care. But yeah, you can do that. I don't really like these smokestacks anyway. Like I said, you can push this in, but I don't want to take a chance and break it like I did the other one. It's just really, like, the chrome has made it a little bit too big for the hole that it's supposed to go into. You can see the hole right there. So yeah. And then the guns, you can actually store the guns on the vehicle mode. You just split this apart, and there's a little indentation right there, and you just take this and go away, Wasp. Okay, Wasp is going away. It's a big black one too. It's not like a little teeny Wasp or a yellow jacket kind of thing. Okay, so anyway, you put that in there. It's a little difficult to do on the camera because I can't see what I'm doing very well. And then you line it up, and you would close the legs, and Now, for some reason, it's been giving me problems when it wasn't doing that before, but you can see there it is stored at the bottom, and here we have, and then there is an indentation right here for, whoops, for the other one. So you can just get that in there. Let's get this in here. And then you can have that at the top. So yeah, you can store the weapons. I like that. I like that option, or you can just leave them to the side. And you don't really need the smokestacks, honestly. I mean, the actual the actual GoBot toy, if it did have smokestacks, there were these little tiny things. They didn't stick up that much, and they certainly did not have that at the end of it. So. But, yeah, let me just move this over for a second and sturdy my table up just a wee bit. And get this. Now you'll notice there's two notches down there, and for anyone who's never seen a Hoss Stacks or Crank video before, that is so that you can hook up the MP10 trailer, like so. And then he can pull the MP10 trailer, which it's nice. It's unnecessary, but it's nice. It's meant to homage Huffer when he pulled Optimus Prime shell. Actually, it would have been from the other side because they were facing the other direction, so it would have been like this. And yeah, it actually looks pretty nice. The truck is a little small, but it's supposed to be a small truck. You can tell by the wheels that they're in scale. So, yeah, that's pretty nice. I like it. I think you're able to stick it inside the MP trailer too. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't actually tried that. I saw a picture of it sticking out. Come on, you dirty bastards. Go ahead and take a look, and now it's getting really hot on my back. The sun is shining behind me, so let's go ahead and pull this out. And yeah, it just about fits. If you don't put the smokestacks on, he fits inside, and that's pretty cool. So let's get this trailer away. And let's do some size comparisons. Put you out here. And get you two out here as well. So, okie dokie schmoky. Right. So here he is with an MP vehicle. MP car, and the car is a little bit longer than he is, but judging from the size of the human that's supposed to go into these vehicles, I think they're almost in scale. So he's a really small truck, but and here he is with a deluxe figure, deluxe wheeljack, and wheeljack is just slightly longer, but that's only because of this bumper. Otherwise, he'd be just about the same size. So, there you go. I think that scales nicely, you know, with the current selection of MPs. Still not super happy that the MPs are so expensive, but they're so small, but you know, nothing I can do about it. Not a dumb thing I can do. Oh, I can not buy the toys, but then I'm missing out. So, but they're actually really some really engineered I don't know. And then here he is with, I was gonna say G1 with Super GoBot Leader 1. So, and these things look really good in vehicle mode. Looks so much like an airplane. Even if you look at the bottom, you don't really see, except for that one spot there, you don't really see any robot kibble. I mean, that's really good engineering for a GoBot. So anyway, transformation time. What you're gonna do is first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here and we're gonna split the legs and then pull them down. Turn these pieces like this, and if you're hearing a noise off to the right or to the left, like a whooshing sound, that is the air conditioner for the apartment. So I apologize for that. But anyway, you're gonna take these wheels. You're gonna take these bumper lights, and you're going to pull them down to form heels, not heel spurs. Everybody says heel spurs, and here's the thing. Cowboys wore heel spurs, and they were up above the ankle. They were about here, not down here, up above. And what they were used were, there was little star things. They were used to actually, you kick the horse, and that the little sharp prick that the horse felt would spur him to go forward, which is why they were called spurs. This is not a heel spur. This is the heel, because it's used for, you don't use heel spurs to stand. You use heel spurs to spur something on. You use heels, that's what these are, heels to stand. So yeah, so then what you're going to do is you're going to turn these sideways like this, and then they're on a little track. You just push them up, and now according to the official transformation, that is the way you transform it. I like to turn the wheel all the way around so that it's facing back, so this way there's no wheel showing at all. I mean, it'd be nice if this would have folded over, but you are going to take the gas tank here and whatever this thing here is, and you're going to fold them back like so. Then you're going to take this piece. Well, you're going to take this piece and you're going to pull it back like so. Then you can pull this forward. That'll help you with the transformation. Pull the arms out and they will slide at the shoulders like so. Straighten them. Rotate this down. Rotate this down. Close these two caps at the top, and then we're gonna go back here. Now you have two options back. Well, first thing you got to do before we get to the options, first thing you got to do is you have to push these wheels in so they collapse down. Now they're on a hinge that is a pin that is slightly diagonal, slanted. So you want to keep that in mind when you're pushing it. There's a little peg here that pegs the wheel into the side so it's stable. You're going to rotate it and push, and that's probably going to break pretty soon. Probably, hopefully not, but anyway, you're going to flip this over and in so it goes in like so. Do the same thing on this side, and there's a peg here and there's a hole here. This hole will wrap itself around that peg, so I'm going to do that again. So then you've got that. Now you can either transform him the Huffer way or the Pipes way. The Pipes way is you rotate it like so, and you bring it up like this, and then you're going to get these clips inside. And now I'm having problems. I didn't have problems before. Clips inside. Okay. See, I normally don't do this, so I shouldn't be having this kind of an issue. Okay, let's see. I got you like that. Straighten you up, maybe? There we go. Straighten that up. And then bring the clips in here like so. Huh. I wonder why I'm having such an issue with this. I didn't have one like that yesterday when I was doing this. a second. Make sure this is all lined up in there properly. Yes, you are. Okay. Normally I'd have it like this. This is how I like to transform it. So we turn it around. And there we go. I don't know what changed this time, but now I've got it under where I need it to go. So then you clip it under, and then up like this, and then you just straighten up the back end. You straighten up not the back end, but you straighten up the chest. And there you have him transformed the pipesway. And then if you want, you can, if you have these on, you can leave them on there, or you can plug them into his arms like so, which is how it is on the box. Plug his smokestacks into his arm, and I'm gonna have to clean up some of that crazy glue that's on the side. And this just popped right out. That's strange, because it usually just stays right in. Of course, you know, this is the video that's gonna make it up, so yeah, there we go. Oh, I hate those squeaky squeakies. And then you can give him his guns. Now, I personally don't really like, I mean, it looks okay, it looks good, but for me, when I was a kid, Road Ranger's cab was always facing up. His head actually popped out of the grill here, and these became his arms right here where the blue spots is. So this was always facing up, so I'm going to transform it that way. So I gotta unclip it. Unclip it. This is gonna be a bit of a problem, only because it clips in very, oh no, I guess it's not gonna be a problem. Okay, so we're gonna rotate this around, put it back in. Make sure you clip it in below that those little pegs. Come on. Really? Are you seriously gonna be a butthead like, there we go. I was gonna say, come on, dude. So, there we go, and what fell? Okay, this fell. Again, this fell. Maybe I have it clipped on the wrong side, I don't know. But, yeah, there you got Road Ranger in what I think is the proper way. That's the way, this is the way the instructions tells you to do it. And then you just take his guns and you can stick them in his arms. Come on, stick them in his arms. And it just has the now standard 2 pegs on the hilt that all the masterpieces have now. You can also take these bits and then just plug them into the sides. And there's two sets of posts, so plug it into the side and make sort of like a super gun. So you can do that, or if you don't want him to be holding anything, you can either peg these back under here, or leave them under here like so. Just gonna do that, and then just pull this forward. And what I like to do is I'll just lean it back like this, slide these in. Where'd the other one? Oh, the other one's in his hand. Come on, let go of it. Because he's a GoBot, and GoBots generally did not have weapons. They shot lasers out of their fists, which is great and all on the one hand, because they were never without their weapons. But on the second hand, like, I mean, I would think that would make it a little, you know, what if you accidentally sneezed and you were touching something important and a laser shot out? Or, well, I guess it's a GoBot, so it doesn't really have that. And now they're stuck. Seriously, everything works fine, and then when you're going to do the video that apparently is going to be the one that's going to go up, that's when everything decides, hey, let's act up. So, yeah, so got it like that. Then just close this back up, and the back of the head will kind of keep them in check. So, you know, and there you go. And there you've got, I was going to say Smallfoot. There you've got, what's his name? Road Ranger, who was, for most of us, the Optimus Prime stand-in, who couldn't afford the real Optimus Prime. I mean, it's red and blue, just like Optimus, just in the wrong spaces. Now, ooh, there's a stress mark right there. That wasn't there before. I don't know if you can see it. Probably can't because of this. There we go. That wasn't actually there before. That's interesting. But for the most part, this thing feels pretty good. It doesn't feel cheap. I am so happy about that. It actually has more weight than a regular Masterpiece figure of about the same size, which I don't have side-swipe transformed in robot mode, so we're just gonna skip that part. Sideswipe stands just a little bit taller than the top of this guy, but he actually weighs less than this guy. This guy actually feels more solid. Let's see, transformation. He has articulation at, let's zoom in, the head rotates and it's on a ball joint, so you can get an up and sideways swiggle. Ball jointed shoulders. This one here likes to pop off really easily, which it's not doing now, but when I try to transform it back, it'll pop off. The ball joint is kind of loose-ish at the shoulder. This one is pretty tight at the shoulder. It's pretty good. But it's a little loose at the arm over here. Well, it's not really that loose now, all of a sudden. It was before, but nothing that a little nail polish can't fix up. There is a bit of a difference between the paint here and here. Like, this paint here is not as light blue as this. It's more like a corn blue, I guess that's what it's called. This is more of a lighter shade, but you really can't notice it. The face sculpt is really good. It definitely says Road Ranger. The chest has been remolded from the previous versions. Let's see if I can show you. Like, okay, like if you look, you see like there are vents on the side of his chest, and this is just a plate. Well, actually, this chest sort of resembles this one a little bit, but not quite. This one has definitely been remolded, and I like that. No chrome on the arms, which I like. They have to be blue because Road Ranger's arms, I believe, were blue when you opened it up. And like this here could have been chrome, but I can see why they didn't go with the chrome. They just went with the sort of white gray plastic, because when you slide this up, it's gonna scratch the hell out of it. What they should have done was they should have used this plastic, this color right here. That would have worked. But again, it's pretty good. Bold. Well, it looks like it's a ball joint. It's not actually a ball joint. It's a universal joint, I guess. At the legs, I thought it was a ball joint. It's not. Rotation at the upper, at the hip, like so. Bends at the knee about that far, not too much, but enough. That's still enough. And foot is on a ball joint, so it goes in like that and out about that far. Does a 360, and it has a bit of back and forth. Plus, you got that, so that'll actually help you out with some poses. You know, like when you want to have him looking like he's walking on his toes from the front, you just go like that, and then nobody will see that the heel is actually facing down to keep him from falling backwards. Oh, he also has a waist. I forgot about the waist. So, upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, hands open at, you know, this is standard Masterpiece hands for this size figure. All in all, I like this figure. No, I love this figure, and I'm very happy I got this. I'm very happy I gave X-Transbot a second chance, and I'm very happy that X-Transbot did not let me down, because oh my god, I would have had a fit. I would have so had a fit if this thing was like as defective as the original product they were trying to sell was. You might be hearing some clicking. That's just me getting the Leader 1 transformed. So, whoops, and you're popped out of the joint. There we go. So that we can get a size comparison to that. And here he is with Leader 1, and they're about the same height and scale, and they look nice. You know, I mean, obviously the one doesn't look as good as as Hoss Hoss, which was Road Ranger, but he does look good. Now, I know you can get Starscream and get problems. Forgot about that. The joints in the legs are unfortunately not quite as stiff as needed to be to keep him from doing that. So unless you sort of slightly lean him forward, he tends to fall backwards. There's that. Again, some looseness in the arms, but those are the things that I can fix. To be honest with you, there's a lot of weight right here, so I can't fault it for doing this. Even official Hasbro stuff does that from time to time. So, other than that, though, I'll be honest with you, the plastic feels great. The figure itself just feels great. I love it. I do love it very, very much. And aside from maybe some peg holes not being big enough to support the chrome covered pegs, which, I mean, I guess I could just file that down a little bit and that would fit in there perfectly. I could do that, or I could just leave it alone and not use the smokestacks, because I don't like them. I hope some third-party person puts out the proper smokestacks for this guy. But nothing really more to say. I'm Islip, and I love this figure. It was only $59 in the scale of between its scale and what it stands for. That's actually a steal, because a lot of the masterpiece figures that are this scale are going for $79, even over here in the States. Like Prowl was bought in a store in California a few weeks ago for $79. $79, that's crazy. That's the same price as the Takara figure. It should have been cheaper, but it wasn't. So yeah, for 20 bucks less, I got this figure, and I'm very happy with them. I really am. Yeah, that's about all I can say. I'm Islip, and thanks for watching.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Good morning, Cybertron! With your hosts, Kingston 333, Adam, Oscar, Max Ross Linden, and Mercy, Holson, it is 9 9s, T2 RX6, Skullface, Rain 9, Iceland Poco Liso, Dr. What, and Blunghole, the tapeworm of Unicron.